Okay, going to make a wee video today. A lot going around my head over this last few days. I thought, right, back to the video I made. I'm 46 and no CV. And the other night, Sunday night, I work mostly nights, by the way. I was doing a delivery into a premises which had a security guard. The security guard, generally speaking, it was only me and him there. Was doing the delivery. Had asked him where he was from, and he was local to where I lived. And I'm always nosy. And I asked the guy, what do you work at before the security? And he says he's been at the security for approximately 12 months. And he's a brickie by trade. And I, of course, as you know, the economy in the UK, Ireland, especially Ireland here, the building trade is flat on its face. So, like most guys, commitments, family, whatever, he's got himself a job as security guard. He's putting the hours in, whatever. And he started to explain back to the building the way it has went at the moment. Builders, guys working, they've lost respect for the job. Everything wants to be done so cheap. Craftsman, a builder, a brickie was a craftsman. Now, basically, they want men to be like machines, do it as quick as they can and as much as they can. So, once we got round that conversation and talking about, he was asking things, about me, and just come into my head, I'm going to ask this guy, have you a CV? He'd been around my age group. I'm not going to say, I'd say he's over 40. I says to him, you CV? No, he hasn't a CV. He says, I don't really know what's the CV. I know the ID, you need to have qualifications and all, the usual things that people put on their CVs. And I says, well, I'm in the same boat. I have very little qualifications. I do have certain things I'm working on. No matter how little you have, you need to write it down, pen and paper, and that is a part of your CV. What jobs you've done, and job experience is a qualification. So, and we discussed it. So, I'm wondering, should I have a channel or a website? I'm over 40. So we're basically talking, about. I says you need it. First thing you need your CV, which I've been googling a lot and doing a wee bit of research. You start your CV off name. My name's Ivor. I'll have my name, surname, address on it. Now, very important thing. Now, one guy put down watching it on a YouTube channel about guys putting their CV in, no contact telephone number. Basically, if you have that in your CV and the piece of paper, they're going to woof, throw that out, go to the next one. So you're going to put a telephone number. Also, the guy explained, you have voicemail in your telephone. Keep it plain and simple. Hi, my name's John Smith. I'm sorry, I'm not available. Don't put in intro music and wacky things, especially if somebody's ringing up, So keep the phone. And if you put your home number on a CV and somebody rings up, make people aware that you're living within the house. It'll be important. People probably phone from time to time. Anyway, also a good thing on that is an email address. Now, I'm not going to put my email address I have on my YouTube channel. It's not going to go down well, like, I'm not Ways. The guy looks down at him, I'm not Ways. No, I'm going to put on, I have one actually with my name, something with Ivor at gmail.com. Now, there's going to be guys and girls out there in their 40s, late 40s, because in my time at school, computers actually was only just starting to be introduced. Some schools had them, some hadn't. So some guys and girls out there, I would say more 45 onwards, won't have used a computer much. Some of us do, you know. A lot of us wouldn't even have an email address, maybe not even know. So that is one thing, you know, people out there, you know, I'd come to you. Go and get yourself an email now. If you have no computer, no internet, don't worry. Most modern phones has access to internet. Get yourself nephew, you know, if you have family, son, young, you know. Go down to the local library. If it's a small country library, I'm not saying big town ones to see it. Ask somebody in the library that works in it. Join the library. Doesn't cost money to join. Get yourself a card. You can use their computer. Ask somebody, you know, go in sometime where it's quiet. Can I use your internet? Get them to show you how to set up an email. You know, put a genuine greet, put part of your name on it. You know, you're being in the World Wide Web, you know, you'd be, not unless you have an extreme odd name like mine, you're not going to get your name straight at Gmail or at Yahoo's another provider. You're going to need to put probably your name, maybe a part of your address, you know, 16A, and maybe your date of birth or something like that. Make it simple, you know, and write it down on a piece of paper and create a password. Hey, password now. Every single person I would say is looking at this or looking at anything involved in my videos. If I keep them up, I'm going to keep them up hopefully. Yes, password. Write it down on a wee piece of paper to start with. Now, when you have that set up, when you leave that library and you think, well, hey, we're one step forward. So we are. Go you home, get an A4 sheet of paper, write it down, your email address. Write it down, write it down, write it down. Write 10. Cut them all off, make your own, put one, fold it in, put beside your license, put one, you know, put in 10 different places around the house where you keep documents, bits and pieces. Stick one in the sun visor inside your car. And the password. Find a place where you're going to write that password down in that house. And then when you forget it, we all forget them. I've forgot more than one. I've forgotten heaps. I've spent hours trying to get my password back. So, do that, get it all set up, and you're one step forward. Now you're starting to create your CV. You've got your name, telephone number, and your email. So when we get that all together, then we'll work on. You know, I'm still studying. I'm not exactly sure what way to put it. All I know is your CV is individual. It's yours. You know, you're not copying it off a text. You know, what would I say? People give you ideas. You know, what to write down, what not to write down. Right. You're applying for a job as, you know, school teacher or whatever. You're going to put details down on that CV that people are, you know, looking at that you have got that for that job. They're not interested in your, you know, I'm an aircraft pilot. You know, if you're an aircraft pilot, you're applying for something that's totally different from it. Certainly put it maybe near the bottom, but when you're going into the CV, when you put yourself in the shoes of an employer. I've never employed anyone, but I know by watching employers, I've seen it. They're, you know, they're going to look at the first 4 or 5 lines. They haven't time to read your life story. You know, they have a business to run. You know, they're getting somebody to save them, you know, give themselves more time to do all the things within the company. you know, they're not going to spend a full day reading 5 CVs. They're going to spend 20 minutes and they're going to pull 1 or 2 out of that there. And then they're going to see them guys. They don't want to spend all day, so we're going to make it straight to the point. You know, black and white. You know, so when you're going to start and make your CV, you need to sit back and think of your positives. What makes you individual, makes you stand out. Why is that employer going to employ you? It's not the point you can do that job. How are you going to put yourself forward? I'm going to do that job to enhance their business. So, got that all down now. So, as I say, I'll come back in a day or two, maybe an hour. You wouldn't know. Whatever catches the brain. We'll enhance this because I want to have my own CV. Hey, Roger. I want to have my own CV finished for the end of the month because I am going to Work Expo seminar and I want to bring it with me. Just, I'm not particularly looking for a job, but at the same point I'm always like everybody out in this wild world that's working, you know, if that right job comes up, can I fire something at it to see, you know, does that employer want me? You know, everything, as you say, this is waffling on, nothing's put out, but everybody's individual. Everybody has something different from everybody else. So you try and find out what that is that you have that I haven't got and put it on paper. So we'll catch you later. And as I say, keep thinking of your positive points and we'll get there.